In the last verse, we heard Krishna say that the knowledge that He's going to give us, which is like an elixir, may be thought of as something that exists, at the same time does not exist. In other words, in a material form, it exists, not exists. So, the first thought that came to me, reading the next verse, that is today's verse, is that a distinction is made between knowledge that can be acquired in the material world as well as the instinctive knowledge is different from this knowledge of the parabrahmam. So, I saw with my own eyes a couple of years ago, a butterfly came out of a cocoon in the yard. The moment it came out, it opened its wings, started fluttering a little bit, and took off and flew straight around the yard. I followed it, came to a flower in the front of our house. The cocoon was in the back of our house. It went around the house and found the flower. And I remembered that another butterfly used to use the same the flower to draw honey. In other words, this new butterfly, which seems to be the child or the next generation of another butterfly which used to use that flower, innately found where that flower is as soon as it was born. Who told her that that's where it is? Nobody did. It's instinctive. It's written in the DNA. Passed through generations. In a similar way, humans also acquire such knowledge, both material as well as philosophical. All that is different from the knowledge that is required to understand parabrahmam. How limited our imagination or our mind is sort of exemplified in this today's verse. Krishna adds that the knowledge that is required for understanding this parabrahmam has limbs, has eyes everywhere, has ears everywhere. What does that mean? Has mouth everywhere. That's the verse, those four things. What does that mean? It means that for a human perception or human understanding, you could think of it that way. That is just like you. But at the same time, it is not. As I mentioned during the last verse, I need to go through each one of these verses separately, and then we will try to summarize. So today, it is just said that this knowledge has limbs everywhere, ears everywhere, eyes everywhere, mouths everywhere. We'll see what comes next.